Welcome back to the show. This is the Can't Lose Show, and I'm your host, Trent.
And I'm your boy Josh.
Josh, let's just get right into it. We're going to get into what we learned from last week, week 2.
Yes, sir. Let's get into
let's
it.
dive
It's
into
a
it.
new segment. It's kind of similar to the overreactions. We're just giving our takes on certain teams, certain players, or whatever after
Week 2.
week 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I want to start off with you. Give me one of your takes.
Oh, you want me to start off? All right.
Yeah, kick it off.
So for my first one, I got what I learned from week 1 or week 2 was KC's defense is actually going to be carrying this year. The team, they're a defensive team right now, dude.
I could totally see that. Their offense is shaky.
Yeah.
Their defense is cooking.
Yeah, and they had what, 4 sacks, 6 pass deflections. They held them to 9 points.
Yeah, they held Calvin Ridley to like 2 or 3 receptions.
Yeah, and he had a lot of targets too. I remember.
Yeah, it's just they definitely stepped up, and I could see moving forward that KC's defense is.
Yeah, and the Chiefs had 3 turnovers, and they still only held the Jaguars to 9 points.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
All right, what I learned from week 2 is there's the 3 best teams in the NFL are from the NFC.
Yeah,
you got 49ers at 1, Cowboys at 2, Eagles at 3.
And you know what? That kind of just goes to show you a little bit about that is that there was a lot of hype about all these quarterbacks over in the AFC.
And the gauntlet of the AFC.
But what do they say?
Defense wins championships.
Yep.
Bro, we didn't even rehearse that. That was actually,
That's what I'm saying, though, bro. Like,
yeah,
the defense, like, all 3 of those teams
have
probably the top 3 defenses in the league.
Yeah. And then you'd say the 4th best team right now is Miami. But why they're not in top 3 to me is their defense.
Yeah,
it's good, but it's not elite like the top 3 teams that we just said.
Yeah, I mean they played the Chargers and they let up 30 points, which I mean they played Justin Herbert, Mike Williams, Eckler was playing like
the 0-2 Chargers.
Yeah,
which is surprising.
Yeah,
we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
What's another thing you learned from week 2?
Another thing, which I mean I kind of always was thinking this, but I mean, it was a little surprising to me when the Seahawks kind of got beat up a little bit against the Rams in week 1, but they showed week 2 that they're still a playoff team, and I think they're still going to finish second in the division and finish on top of the Rams.
Yeah, I could totally see that. I'm not sure if Seahawks are a preseason team where they like to play their players, but they got the cobwebs off in week 1, got their socks knocked off. But they came back to play, and they were down against Detroit, and they had to come back.
Yeah, and they played the Lions. It was a good I mean, it was a great
playoff
game,
contender team.
Yeah, they won that game, and like we thought the Lions were going to be winning those close games, and the Seahawks just edged out this one.
Yeah, those injuries to the Lions, it's going to catch up to them. They're already hurting early, and you don't like to see that from any team, but it's just got to get through it.
Yeah. So what do you got first?
What I learned from week 2, another one. It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's great.
It's great. CMC has solidified himself as the league's #1 back, and it's not even a question anymore.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's like he's here for the ones watching. The next guy's down here, and then the rest are down here.
Yeah, he's got to be like, I remember it was like 80 something around there yards above. Like he's far above.
He's far above the rest of the playing field.
And it's early, but I mean, he separated himself for sure.
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to slow down like production. Well, I was telling you earlier, I wanted it to slow down a little bit, right?
Yeah, just a little bit.
But
it might not.
Yeah, he's a dog.
It's just like, did you see that one? At one point too, he tapped out, but then he went back in, and they threw. It was a little. I think it was a pass play to him, or it was some sort. It was a screen to him. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but he like tapped out, and then they must have told him like, it's a screen
place for you.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm pretty sure it was a nice little play. I don't remember too much, but I just remember that like him tapping out, but then nope, went back in, and we threw it to him again. So
yeah, so CMC has solidified himself as the league's best back.
For sure, every aspect of the game.
Yeah. Shoot, that was a little quick, fun little segment. It'll get a little juicier as the season goes on. We find more things.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's still early.
We like to stay positive for the most part too. So
yeah,
I mean, we could have called out some people's like, oh, this guy's not going to be a quarterback, stuff like that. But Um, staying positive, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's take a look back at the whole week though now.
All right.
Let's look back at our dogs real quick.
Oh.
My dog, it stayed in the kennel and it never went off.
Yeah, your dog is in the doghouse.
Yeah, I guess I could have said doghouse. I was like thinking, how should I phrase this? And
Hey, whatever.
doghouse sounds better.
Whatever
But
you
yeah,
want to
Jimmy
say.
G, he came out, he threw one tutty, right? But he was 66% on 185 on the day.
Yeah.
With 2 interceptions. That's not a dog performance at all.
Yeah, for sure. I remember early in the game, I was at the tailgate for the 49ers game. We'll get into that.
Yeah,
But we were at the tailgate, and I remember someone texted me. They were like, Jimmy G already to Devontae Adams, and it was early in the game.
It was early. It was to kick off the game. It was, I think, his first drive.
Yeah, and so I was like, uh-oh, like, and I remember we'll get into that too. But, yeah, I thought he was going to have a decent game too, and then I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that was not good. But you were 2 for 2 on your dogs this week. You had 2 dogs. Go ahead.
Yeah, I thought Travis Kelce, personally, I thought he was going to go crazy. He only had, like, I'm not sure on the yards. I'm pretty sure it was around 30 to 40 yards. But he had a touchdown. I mean, what more can you ask than to get in the zone, get 7 points?
Points are points in the NFL, hard to come by.
Yeah, and I'm sure he affected the game in ways more than, like, the stat sheet shows, too, just him being out there. So that was big time. But my backup, Bijan, freaking 19 carries for 124 yards and 4 receptions for 48 yards.
This young stud's going to be a problem in the NFL.
Problem, bro. Problem for sure. He's literally a young McCaffrey, bro. He's so quick, shifty, can catch the ball. Like,
and the offense is literally built through him. Like, for him being a rookie, they literally gave him the keys to the Ferrari and said, you're leading this team. Yeah. I know Desmond Ritter's behind the helm, right? But he doesn't have to be great throwing the ball. Bijan opens so many things up for that Falcons team. It's a fun team to watch.
Yeah, for sure. They're a fun young team. Drake London, too. Kyle Pitts is good. I mean,
yeah. We'll see how far their season goes, right? They're starting off hot. They're 2-0.
Yeah.
I hope it stays hot for them, I mean, in a sense, but we'll see.
Yeah, dude, even though their other running back, Tyler Algier, I don't know, he had like 100 yards the other week or something.
Yeah.
He balled, so they got a lot of good young guys.
I was watching, obviously, I watch Pat McAfee, and they do In the Trenches. They always say how good of Falcons O-line is and how well they set up run plays.
Really?
Almost like Kyle Shanahan is. Like, they know how to develop that run to make that running back's job a lot easier and make the linemen look great.
So, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, I was surprised on hearing that.
Good for Bijan, because he's going to be a problem, especially behind that O-line if they're as good as you're saying they are.
Yeah. Shoot. Matchups. My matchup.
I love this one.
My matchup last week, it was a good pick. It was a matchup that always gets heated. It got heated again.
Who's your matchup again?
JJ versus Slay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Great
matchup.
JJ did his thing, right?
Yeah.
He had 159 yards. Should have had a tutty, but that fumble, touchback.
I know.
I don't know if I really agree with that rule. I obviously grew up with that rule, like knowing it, but it just seems so odd.
I know. I saw people were arguing with that rule a little bit. It's odd, but like
it makes sense, but it's odd.
I could see it where people are saying like, why not your team just gets it at the 20? But it's like, what if you're, I guess.
It's part of the play, right? It's a fumble. Like, he tried to extend the play. If he would have been down at the 1, they probably score the next play. A guy forces a fumble at the 1 yard line. Let's say it was punched out. And then it goes to the back. Then you did your job. You know, like, I see both sides of it. It's weird.
I think it just adds to that little, like, I can't, like, put, like, a word to it, but just, like, that factor of, like, if he reaches, it could go out and it could go the other way.
Yeah.
So it's cool. It's kind of like a cool little, like, entertainment factor a little bit, you know?
Yeah. But back to the matchup, my bad.
Yeah, no, you're good.
JJ did his thing. Slay, he didn't have a bad game. They didn't match up all the time, but JJ won this matchup for sure.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that stat line, you can't argue with the stats. Yeah. Numbers don't lie.
11 catches,
I mean, maybe
yards.
they could, but he balled.
Yeah. What about your matchup?
My matchup, Baker versus Fields, the little, quarterback dilemmas, trying to like cement themselves in the league with their teams. Baker Mayfield trying to find a new home, Justin Fields trying to find his home with the
Yeah.
Bears, and Baker handled his business. 26-34, 317 pass yards. I mean, and I think he had a
It's a pretty
tutty
great
too.
day for a quarterback.
Pretty good day, not too bad. And I mean, Fields did the opposite.
Yeah, Fields stunk it up.
2 interceptions.
His numbers don't look great to start the year off. Um, doesn't have the best team around him, but at some point you gotta win games.
Yeah.
It's the NFL. Every team has their weaknesses and their strong suits, right?
Especially
You
these
gotta
type of
find a way to,
games because
yeah.
there's a lot of really good teams. And not saying that, I mean, the Buccaneers are 2-0, so what do I know? But this could have been a game where they could pull this one out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
They're
show
on a
that
10-game losing streak, I
yeah.
think it
People
is.
had a lot of hype for the Bears, especially in Justin Fields.
He was betted on. He was the most betted on person to win MVP to start the season.
Yeah, I mean, especially getting like DJ Moore, and I think they got some running backs too.
Yeah, it just has not been his a great start at all.
It'd be cool to see him figured out because he was fun to watch at Ohio State when he was playing that way.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but that's it for my matchup. I think Baker handled his business, and he's looking good, dude. 2-0 with the Bucks, who weren't
Looking real
to
good.
be too good. I mean, they did win a Super Bowl a few years ago, but
I mean, with the all-time great Tom
with
Brady.
the all-time great, exactly.
Shoot, that goes into our games of last week that we picked, right? I started off with KC versus Jacksonville. We talked about it a little earlier, obviously with that defensive comment earlier. But what I wrote for that game is Trevor Lawrence struggled. That was a great KC defense, and like you said earlier, KC's team is now a defensive team in a sense.
So that's interesting.
So what I wrote to end that game is the defense played great and the offense put up enough points. Enough being the key word to win that game.
See, it was hard for me to pay attention to all the games at the tailgate. How did Chris Jones do?
He played good. I mean, he makes that defense.
Yeah,
like
way better.
The defense runs through him, right?
Yeah.
He applies the interior pressure, and the defense has so much more room because the quarterback has to get it off quicker. The safeties could scoot up a little more because they know the routes can't open up.
Yeah,
it's just he had such an element to that defense, and you didn't see that week 1 against Detroit. Now you're seeing it.
Yeah, for real. The butterfly effect that even happens in football. Everything affects everything on the field. Chris Jones affects everything that happens.
What you got in your game?
My game, one of them was the Ravens at Bengals, which I think lived up to it. I forget the exact score, but Ravens, it was 27-24, I want to say. Yep, yeah. Ravens won 27-24. Lamar did his thing, dude.
Lamar owns the Bengals.
Yeah, they're saying he owns Joe Burrow.
Yeah, it's just I know Joe Burrow gets off to slow starts in the season.
But Joe Burrow's had some really good games against him. Did they not win those games when he threw for remember, a combined 600 yards or something like that?
What's funny? I thought about that earlier when we were talking about that. Maybe I don't know.
Am I tripping? Didn't he have some sort of crazy stat line for the combined games that he played the Ravens in one season? Because I know I remember Jamar Chase going off against them and everything. I don't know.
Yeah.
So they said that though, so maybe not. Maybe I'm tripping, but he got the better of him for sure, and even ran the ball a little bit. So I think, yeah, like you said, Joe Burrow is just getting off to a slow start.
Yeah. Damn. Slow start, not slow start, right? They won week 1. Raiders were traveling into Buffalo. But like we said earlier, my dog didn't show up. I said he needed to show up for them to grab that win in Buffalo, which would have been huge, right, for AFC playoff pitcher. It didn't happen. Yeah. Josh Allen had himself a day, though.
Yeah.
He went off. I know you're tailgating during that one again.
Yeah.
But Josh Allen had himself a day, and the Raiders just...
A little redemption game?
Yeah, for sure.
That's good for him.
He showed up the haters.
Yeah.
Which was good. What was your last game?
My last game was the Jets at Cowboys. And damn, again, bro, Dallas defense dominated, dude.
Chandler, your team's looking freaking good.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to hype him up too much more because we don't want his head to get too big. But, I mean, 3 sacks, 3 picks. Parsons had 2 sacks. Parsons, I mean, he's
a beast.
He's a beast.
He was on one of the shows, and he was just talking about his team and how he approaches life. And one thing I thought was pretty cool, and I kind of like remember like this feeling. And you get ready for a game, right? When we were at school on Fridays, you kind of like zone out, just like picturing the game, right? You're not really focusing that day, and teachers know it. He says the whole day before the game, like he just kind of blacks out, and his family members will come up to him, and he'll be like, "What's wrong?" Or they'll be like, "What's wrong?" And he's like, "Just getting ready to kill." And I was like, "That's such a like dog thing to say," and he's been playing it like
That's
it.
that
So
lion thing to say. Remember he said to Tyreek, he said, "You ain't no lion.
yeah,
Stay with that dog shit," or something like that. He said something like, "You ain't no lion. You can't deal with that lion shit." Yeah, but I mean, that defense dominated for sure, and
the Jets aren't the same without Aaron Rodgers.
yeah,
They have a good roster, I will say that, but obviously you're going from Hall of Fame quarterback to second year, and
where are you putting Aaron Rodgers all time?
don't ask me that. We don't have enough time for that.
All time quarterback, real quick. If you had to just, all right, without thinking about it too much,
Has to be top 5.
yeah,
Yeah,
top 5 quarterback.
top 5.
I like it, dude. He's a beast. I mean,
Okay, but
back-to-back MVPs. One of those. He has like There's only like 4 quarterbacks or maybe 3 quarterbacks that have like I forget how many touchdowns it is and like under 5 interceptions, and he's done it like 3 times or 2 times. Like
yeah,
he's different.
I'm so biased when it comes to questions of top quarterbacks because like I don't think I give enough credit to the old timers, but I again don't think the old timers would be that great in the modern day football. So it's so hard to compare.
Different.
It's different. The game's adapted, right? So it's so hard to compare. I think I'd like to go by like every 10 years, like give them your top 10 then.
Yeah.
And that's probably more of a realistic order that I'd go in.
For
but
sure.
Shoot.
Right. Well, you want to move into our favorite news segment?
Let's go.
Still working title. Not really any title. Working title.
Which is Bang Bang Niner Gang, like 49er talk. Let's just get into it, my dog.
Let's get into it. You want to talk about last week a little bit?
Yeah, I want you to lead this thing off and start off with the tailgate. Like, just lead us up into this game real quick.
Tell me to describe it in one word.
Describe it in one word.
The whole experience in one word.
The whole entire Sunday at Levi South.
Red. It has to be my one word because that's all I saw. Everywhere
that's all we saw on TV.
Red flags at the tailgate, red easy ups, red jerseys, red hats, like so much red everywhere.
Honestly, and from every camera angle that was on TV, that's all you saw.
Yeah.
And from the things you posted, that's all there was.
I gotta say, two things that just like show like how faithful and like why I said red. So when Ayuk went down, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was quiet, right? Like everyone's like, "Oh shit, what happened? What happened?" Like it's Ayuk. He's just balled last week. He's our dog, yeah. And out of nowhere, starts off Ayuk. The whole stadium, dude, so loud. It was like it was insane. It felt like we were at a home game for real. And it was just everyone chanting Ayuk. And then he gets up.
Let's go.
Everyone went crazy, dude. It was so badass. That shit was one of my favorite moments in the whole game. And then another one that like I'll just remember, and I told you about this earlier too, was when I was walking out. We scored a touchdown, and I went to go find my buddy. He was sitting in another seat. And I was walking back to the tunnel, and I knew we were already kicking the PAT. And freaking stadium goes nuts. And I'm like, we're at the Ram Stadium. That must be the home team cheering. Did we miss the field goal or something? I run back out. We just made the field goal. Dude, the away
Oh.
team was so loud just for a made field goal.
I like how you say away team when you know we're the home team.
I know.
But yes.
It was insane though. That was just badass. The whole vibe, the energy from all the fans was dope.
Bro, that's dope. That's something special.
Hell yeah.
When you're home away from home and you could apply that pressure, it's nothing like it in the league. Like just honestly the 49ers, we travel so well.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's get into that game recap now.
Yeah, for real.
More things to come on that. One thing I want to start off with is Christian McCaffrey, man. He FedEx Ground Player of the Week again.
2 times.
Angry Runner Player of the Week again. Like
you saw what he said after that run? Could you tell what he said?
You could tell, but
no, you could see. He said, "Weak ass bitch." That's what he said, and then he says in the interview, what did he say in the post game?
Oh, we were just chatting it up.
Yeah, just saying hi. What's up?
Gosh, that was awesome.
Yeah, I don't know why that guy got up talking after what was it, a 50-yard run, 40-yard run, 30-yard run? It was a big run.
It was a big run.
It was a big run. I don't know what makes you get up and talk after that kind of run, but
I think he's still hurt when he was on the Saints and we beat him in the last second to clinch our playoff spot a couple years back.
That couldn't have been Witherspoon. Witherspoon used to be on our team. Remember Witherspoon? Akello Witherspoon? That was him.
I thought it was... Sorry, I'm tripping then. I thought it was someone else.
Yeah.
So, my bad on that.
Yeah.
But maybe... Well, Christian McCaffrey wasn't on the team then, but still, I mean...
I don't know what it was. He just got up talking. Maybe because he got stiff-armed.
Yeah. You're 40 yards down the field. Maybe he thought it was just going to be an easy tackle. Christian McCaffrey said, nah, dog.
Yeah, for real.
Go down with a fight.
Yeah.
But, what's it called? What else do you have from this game right now?
Well, Deebo balled FedEx Ground Player of the Week. Deebo got going on the ground and in the air.
Is it me or Deebo just like his? Not saying he doesn't play hard every game, right? He plays hard, but when it's against the Rams, it seems like a little extra personal to him.
Yeah, it has to be personal.
Who?
Yeah, you know who. You know who.
You know who we're fucking talking about.
And Aaron Donald knows who he was talking about.
Yeah. Hey, talking about Aaron Donald. No pressures, no sacks, no tackles.
Dude, Aaron Banks has not allowed any pressures. Did you see those stats?
Any penalties?
Yeah.
Any pressures? Any QB hits?
No QB pressures or anything? Wait, we already said that, yeah.
He's all-pro season, started.
Yeah, incoming.
Notre Dame product right there. Sorry, I just got to throw it out
They got good lineman products.
All right.
Dude, yeah, Deebo got going. And what about that defense? Let's get into the defense a little bit. I know they didn't have their best game.
I told you earlier.
Not really their best game at all, so we can talk shit on them.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
We're not going to ever talk shit, but we'll say some things that need to change.
Yeah.
We can't play as soft.
Yeah.
And I told you that earlier. Just that little cushion. That team's picking us apart, right, in the same areas. And that's just applying a little more pressure, bringing the guys down. We can't let that up, especially on a team that is going to give us a run for our money, right? Later down the line. We can't just give up the easy shit.
Yeah. Dude, the little curls, the little out routes, the little crossers, Matthew Stafford is getting rid of that ball, but then it's like we got to play up or something. I don't know what it is. Like, they got to figure that out.
Yeah.
I can't figure it out. They got to figure it out.
We can't let that special young rook to tear us apart. He's going to be dog. But,
Puka Nacua?
Yeah, he's going to be a dog.
Yeah.
But we can't let that happen.
But yeah, Fred Warner, though, he still did his thing. 11 tackles, 1 sack, 1 pass deflection. Oh, should have been a pick, dude.
Another one. Should have 2 on the year.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
You know what, though? On the other side of the ball, Brock, he didn't have his best game. May have had his worst game in his starts, right?
Broke his streak of the 200 and some pass yards and 2 passing touchdowns.
Yeah, but still enough to get the job done with the 49ers offense.
Again, we got another winner, I guess.
Yeah. A win's a win. It's great to have personal stats, right? But
yeah. And he missed some throws for sure, but he knows that.
He took accountability.
Deebo said, what's his favorite thing about Brock? He takes accountability for his mistakes.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
Big time. It's one thing, though, to take accountability, but it's another thing to work on it and fix it and correct it. So let's just hope he corrects it. And
Yeah,
I
you
would
can't
love,
just keep taking accountability on the same mistake week after week.
and I just want to see some Brock Purdy deep balls, man. I want to see some of those connect, dude. We got some
Yeah.
good receivers, and he needs to hit those deep
Yeah.
balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else do you have from this game? Anything else or
That's all I got. Let's get into next week. Let's start our
key
week
updates
3.
real quick?
Oh, key updates?
Key updates.
No, don't even say
this
it.
one hurts. We
Don't
have one this
say
week.
it.
You gotta heal up, man.
Yeah. What do you think? There a lot of people I saw in the comments are saying rest him. Don't sleep on the Giants. Dude.
I don't think you could take any NFL team lightly. It's an NFL team, right?
People are. Yeah, that's why they're saying that.
Give him the best chance to play.
Yeah.
But if we do pull away early, right, the game goes in our favor. Hey, Ayuk, your day's done.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm saying don't rush him back though. Like if he's not feeling the best, like okay,
we have depth.
It's a short week. Yeah, he can sit out, but.
You don't want this short.
I feel like people are saying rest him because we're playing the Giants.
No, I can't ever take an opponent like that.
Especially
you don't want to.
They're a good team. They're well coached. We know who was coach of the year last year. Dabble or Dabble, whatever. I don't know his name either.
But yeah, I think you got to play that cautious, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I wrote on my paper. Play it cautious. If he's ready to go, then let him play. And if we pull away, the game goes in our favor, then take him out. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Next, like we said, we're hosting the Giants Thursday Night Football.
Home opener, baby.
Home opener. It's kind of weird to have a home opener on a Thursday. We'll see if we're going, if we win those tickets.
Yeah.
But this game, I think it has to be a statement win, right?
For sure.
We're saying it's the Giants. People are saying take it easy, right? Or let him rest because it should be an easy dub. It shouldn't be an easy dub, but it should be a statement dub. You had the Cowboys who were head and toe with in the rankings. They dominated them.
Mm-hmm.
No Saquon this week. Changes up a little bit. I know Darren Waller's he's playing, but he's not fully healthy either. So we should go in there. Our defense should
and Andrew Thomas
lay the pressure.
Out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of guys missing, so they need to all the more reason to just dominate this Giants team.
Yeah. I think our defense needs to...
Our defense isn't missing anyone, you know?
Yeah. Our defense needs to show the fuck up, and I think Nick Bosa needs to start that sack count.
Yeah.
For sure.
For real. That's your prediction for the week?
Yeah.
Just adding one? Is he going to have, multiple?
Nick Bosa, he's going to have 2 sacks on this week.
Yeah.
2 sacks. Probably, I'm going to say 4 or 5 QB hurries. And I just like the way he plays. His stats haven't been showing, but if you watch what he's creating for our other guys, he's doing his job.
He's creating something when there's 2 or 3 guys blocking him every play.
Yeah.
Every play, dude.
Tackling him sometimes.
Fuck, man. All right, well, if you're saying Bosa is going to add to his sack count or start his sack count, I think Fred Warner is going to get that one back from last week, and he's starting his pick count.
Okay. Yeah. I can see it.
He's getting that one.
If he wants Defensive Player of the Year this year, which is very doable for him, he's got to add some stats that way.
Yeah.
And he's always in the right spot at the right time. Maybe wear some stickier gloves this week. But he's always in the right place at the right time. Gotta love his play.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Warner, he needs to get that pick.
While we're on Warner real quick, let's plug in our pins. Again, we put up 30 points. So go take advantage of 30% off.
Dub City.
How does he do it? I forget if he crosses. Does he cross right there?
Yes. What do you mean?
Sorry, I'm so bad at crossing. I don't know if you guys saw that. I went like this.
Move on. Get your pins, man.
Yes.
Can't lose that shot.
30% off using the code DubCity, all lowercase, no spaces. Go ahead, go get those pins.
Yep.
All right, welcome back to the show. Now that you guys are back from the site.
Yeah.
Let's jump right into week 3 of the NFL then.
All right. Wait.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Say your last point. Say your last point.
With that, we said Deebo had his game against the Rams.
Yeah.
I think he's just slowly, starting to heat up, and I think this is gonna be a big game. Ayuk, especially whether or not Ayuk plays or not, they're not going to be going to him as much if he's not fully there.
Yeah, we should feed Deebo then, right?
Feed Deebo. Get him going, dude. I need him to have some games like he had 2 seasons ago when he was like top 3 in receiving yards,
Yeah. So what are you calling on his stats then?
I want to say like I'll get into that a little bit more actually later.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, fair deal. All right, let's jump into week 3 of the rest of the NFL now that we talked about Thursday Night Football.
Let's get into that.
Dog, go ahead, start yours.
Oh, all right. Since we were just talking about it, Deebo, that's my dog of the week.
Yes, sir.
I think I got him going for at least 80 receiving yards and 60 rushing yards with a touchdown on the ground and in the air.
Let's add 10 more yards to somewhere on that so he gets 150.
90 and 60 or 80 and 70? What are you thinking?
90
I'm going to go
60.
90 and 60. Yeah, I think that
How many tuds?
Purdy's going to be feeding in the ball, huh?
How many tuds?
2 tuds, one on the ground and one in the air. Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
I think he's going to have a big week and they're going to be feeding
I don't know why, but I just kind of picture this week. His one in the air. It's going to be from Christian McCaffrey.
What?
I think we dial up something special at home, game 1, kind of give the fans a little, I could see CMC throwing the ball this week. I don't know game plan.
CMC's going to have a passing touchdown every season, Shanahan's going to get him that one every season or what?
Yeah. I think this is, I kind of see this as the week 2. I know I threw that on you as a surprise.
I like that.
But we'll come back to this clip. Watch.
All right.
Clip it.
Cool.
All right. My dog of the week. We're going to go to Monday Night Football. So all the way from Thursday to Monday night. This guy has to have a bounce back game. Cannot afford to start the season 0-3, especially a team from the West Coast traveling all the way over there. You gotta beat them up. I think Joe Burrow, Joe Burrow is my dog of the week.
Yeah,
has to go off, and I think his stats this week, he's gonna have 3 passing tuds. Probably all the Jamar Chase. That'd be pretty cool. 3 tuds on one day, but he just has to bounce back, and that's why I picked him as my dog. He hasn't played great the first 2 weeks. He just got paid. Let's go show him why you got paid,
Yeah, for real. I like Joe Burrow. I hope he has a big game, and I don't like the Rams, so I definitely hope he has a big game. And he's my fantasy quarterback, so I definitely hope he has a big game. So I like that.
Fantasy quarterback. Talking about fantasy. I beat you last week. Sorry. Let's get back. I think I beat you like 130 to 117.
Anyway.
My bad.
All right, let's get into our matchups of the week. Oh, you're still going?
I'm 2-0 in fantasy, by the way, guys.
No one cares. Let's get into our matchup of the week.
All right, matchups of the week. Go ahead and start yours off.
My matchup of the week, I'm back to my receiver and DB matchups. But this week, it's a little different. It's a little receiver and slot receiver. Waddle lines up everywhere. Tyreek lines up everywhere. But I got Tyreek and Waddle versus Surtain and Simmons. Both 2 top, duos at their like groups, their position groups. So that's going to be very interesting. I mean, Mike McDaniel has been calling up some shit in the past 2 games. So I think I got Tyreek and Waddle winning that one.
I have Tyreek over any matchup right now on their schedule.
Yeah, you want him to win so he can be the first MVP, and you can be right on that, huh?
Yeah, we'll go back to that clip.
Yeah. I agree, though. I think he's going to ball. I think Waddle's going to ball, and I got them not only winning the matchup, but winning the game.
Yeah, I have them
dominating.
Yeah.
In the matchup, or you're saying the Dolphins?
The whole entire game.
Yeah.
The matchup, the game. Denver's not good.
Yeah, I know. They're supposed to have a tough defense, but I don't know.
Beatable.
Yeah.
All right.
And the offense in Miami is fast. Yeah. All right. What's your matchup of the week?
All right. My matchups are these 2 speedsters, guys.
Oh, some more speedsters?
Get up and down the sideline. Quick, throw those challenge flags out, coach their team. I'm going my matchup, not conventional in our picks usually. Coach versus coach.
Oh.
Robert Saleh and Bill Belichick.
This guy said some speedsters. What? You had me all confused.
Yeah, so I'm going coaches. Reason why I'm going coaches is I saw this, and you have a 1-1 1 Jets team and an 0-2 Patriots team, right? Bill Belichick, greatest coach, right? Robert Saleh. We'll see how he goes, right?
New, very new.
Very new. But I think the Jets have the upper hand to start the game, but it's going to come down to coaching.
Yeah, two
And
defensive minds for sure.
if
Some
the
of the
Patriots
best.
pull out a win here, I'm going to give it to the coaches. Like, they had a better script because their roster's not as good as the Jets.
Yeah, it's not.
Aaron Rodgers, I know he's not there right now. He's not healthy. But that Jets roster's still good. So I think if the Jets win and have a good game plan, hey, the coach prepared them. But also, if the Patriots win, Bill Belichick did his thing and found the right holes and executed his job. You know?
You think Brees Hall gets a little bit more love this week? You see what he said?
I
after
hope
the game?
so. They didn't give me the ball. Well,
Yeah.
the offense runs through the running backs now.
Yeah.
Like, once you get it on the ground, then you could air it out. You know?
Yeah.
Zach Wilson, he's still young and learning, but help him out. Run the ball a little more.
Yeah, for real. I think maybe he didn't need to say that
No.
to the media, but
Could have been an in-meeting thing. Like,
yeah, get him the ball for sure. Get that man the ball.
All right, let's go to our games real quick. Do you want to start off with your game, or you want me to start off?
I'll start off with my game.
All right, go ahead.
If you want, I got it. I got my first game is gonna be the Pats versus the Jets. A little divisional game. We were kind of just talking about it.
Yeah, we were.
Oh yeah, we were. So I mean, that's an interesting game, like you said. It's a division matchup, the coaches. But I think the Jets pull this one out. The defense is gonna win them the game.
Yeah.
But I think Garrett Wilson, he had a good game. But he only had 2 catches. He had 2 catches for like 80 yards and a touchdown, but he only had 2 catches. I think he's going to get a little bit more involved along with Brees Hall.
Yeah.
And their defense is going to win them that game, but those 2 young studs are going to ball out.
I like this game only because, like I said, it's going to be a coaching battle earlier, and the Jets do have a better roster, so I'm going to go the Jets as well on this one.
Yeah. I mean, I like that game, though. It's interesting. It could go either way. It's a divisional game. You know how those go.
All right, my game. 2 0-2 teams. Did not expect these teams to be 0-2. I actually kind of expected them to be 2-0 going into this week. But Chargers, Vikings.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you this question. Regardless of who wins, is the coach's seat hot? Is it a full rebuild mode? Like, what do you start doing for a team that's 0-3? Are the Chargers truly missing something? Like, they're supposed to be good. The Vikings are supposed to be good. Do you start the Jets? Do you start exploring a Kirk Cousins trade to the Jets and try to grab someone from them? Like, truly, I don't know where you go. Most 0-3 teams do not ever make to the playoffs. Like, statistically, you go down 0-3, you're almost kissing your season goodbye this early, which is crazy to say, but it's true.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know. I mean,
and that's why I picked this game.
I don't know what happens after that game.
One team has to go 0-3. Well,
because they're both they're both supposed to be good teams. Like,
yeah, 0-3 is just so hard to come all the way back from.
Yeah,
not saying it's not doable.
Yeah, that's very interesting actually, because they're both good teams. But yeah, 0-3. All right, they're supposed to have very good seasons.
So that leads us into the all famous question: who are we taking in this game?
What do you got? It's your game of the week.
I have a little more faith.
This one's actually very interesting. Who are you going to take?
I have a little more faith in the Chargers.
Yeah?
Only because if it becomes a scoring affair, I think they could score faster.
Eckler's out. He carries their team. Keenan Allen and Mike Williams are dogs, but Eckler is the guy.
I don't know. Man, that just adds a whole nother element. I can't give you my for sure answer because I don't want to give it away on the pick'em.
Do you think Cam Akers plays for the Vikings this weekend already? Obviously, he's not going to be full effect, full.
I don't know.
I don't even know if he's really going to affect. Is he that good?
He's no CMC. He can't do that like that.
True. Yeah. When he came and played with the Chiefs, I mean, we lost, but
he still balled.
He did his thing.
I don't know. I'm undecided on that game though. Go ahead and go into your next game.
My next one, little Monday night game, and some people might be questioning why is this even a Monday night game? But Eagles versus Bucks. I think it's an interesting game. The Bucks are 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? I mean,
No one.
no one believed in Baker Mayfield, and he did it again last week. And I mean, the Eagles, a lot of people are saying that they're not the same team as last year. They're not as, like, just unbeatable in a way. Like, they were so, like, sound in every aspect and so dominant
And I
last
didn't think they
season.
really dropped off, honestly, this offseason.
Yeah, but a lot of people are saying that. I don't
Yeah.
know. So it's interesting to see, like, are they gonna continue and dominate and show that the Bucks first two games was all a fluke and the Eagles are
Yeah.
still a legit team, or are the Bucks going to continue that streak and Mayfield is going to keep doing his thing?
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the Bucks come out of Monday Night Football with a dub. I
Yeah,
really wouldn't, but I'm still gonna pick the Eagles. They're
yeah,
more of a lock on this game, right? They're better. They're better. Their roster's better. But man,
yeah,
it is an interesting game because both are 2-0.
yeah.
If the Eagles were to make, even if this game's close, let's just say it comes down to a last second field goal.
Well, my bet, and go ahead, go ahead.
Like the Bucks, they hung in there at that point. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. And my bet is that I think Baker Mayfield's going to turn it into a shootout.
I could see it.
I don't think he's going to go down easy. This is a big game. Every game, like we said this season, for both Justin Fields and Baker Mayfield, like we talked about last week, is a big game.
Yeah,
And but especially a Monday night primetime game against the Philadelphia Eagles, the not Super Bowl champs, but in the Super Bowl last year, and they're the team. I mean, that's a big win if he goes out there and gets that. So
yeah.
I don't think he goes down easy. I think it's going to turn into a little shootout.
Man, that's gonna be a good game.
Mm-hmm. Is there? You still have another game, right?
I do. I do. Let's go over into Detroit, and the Falcons are going into
That's the one I
Detroit.
wanted. When I saw you wrote that down, I was like, oh,
This game kind of like jumped at me. I was looking at our pick'ems, play the pick'ems.
I want to play him.
But so I was looking at this list, and I'm like, hmm, that game right there is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Why? Because I think the Falcons are actually a good team. Like we said earlier in the episode, Bijan's doing his thing, right? And Detroit's doing their thing. They should have won last week. They let it slip out of their hands. They can't lose close games if they're going to want to make the playoffs. But this game is like, it's made to come down to the last drive.
Yeah.
Who has the ball, and is the defense going to stick up and win this game, or is the offense gonna be powerful and go get that dub?
Yeah, I think another shootout, not gonna lie. Another shootout.
Like high scoring affair shootout,
Yeah,
or
high
okay,
scoring shootout. I mean, both teams young, explosive guys on the offense, Bijan and Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Algier, like you said, I don't know how to say his name, whatever it is. And then the Lions got Amon-Ra, Gibbs, Montgomery. They got all these guys too. I mean, I think it's gonna be a fun offensive game to watch, and I'm excited for that game too.
honestly, I'm looking at it right. I could go Falcons for my pick for Pick'em. I could go Detroit. I honestly do not know right now, like who I want to go.
You got to say it on air. It's your game of the week.
I'm gonna go Lions.
Yep, me too. I'm riding with the Lions on this
Yeah,
one.
I'm going Lions.
I like this game, but I'm riding with the Lions.
I think the Falcons aren't as good as the Seahawks. It was a good test for Detroit last week. They're gonna realize like what they need to play up to, and even though they're a little injured, I think they pull this dub out.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, it's time
That concludes the NFL.
to slide out of the NFL.
Damn.
Let's go. Let's stay in football though. We'll go just a couple grades lower, and let's go to college.
All right, let's get into it.
Let's start off with last week, man. Electrifying game. We can't talk about college football and not bring this up.
Everyone knows what game we're going to talk about.
Colorado State, fireworks, insane game, lived up to the hype. Colorado State, right, controlled the game.
Mm-hmm.
They controlled the whole entire game. They locked up on defense. They moved the ball in offense, and
Dude, yeah, their defense looked good. That guy Camaro was getting to the quarterback.
yeah, and on the corner on the outside
Yes,
had him
sir.
strapped. Like
Yeah,
didn't even throw his way that much.
yeah, they weren't. And that touch,
Chiggy did his thing.
yeah, Chiggy definitely did his thing. That touchdown, up the seam. I mean, no, the safety didn't even get a hand on the guy, so
Yeah.
I don't put that on the corner.
No, not at all.
But yeah,
But Colorado stayed in the game, and
they came out on top, dude.
yeah, it was double
Without
overtime.
Travis Hunter too.
Yeah,
which obviously he's a big difference maker.
It's gonna be a hard test for them the next couple weeks, right? Without Travis Hunter.
Damn, he's not gonna play against USC, huh?
No, or Oregon this weekend.
That's whack, dude. I want them at full potential.
Yeah.
No excuses.
I still think full potential they get rolled by Oregon and USC.
Yeah.
Their line's not what they need to be at if they want to be a top dog team.
Yeah.
You go play the SCE boys.
SEC.
SCC. Sorry, I can't speak right now.
You're talking about SoCal Edison right now? All right, keep going.
Anyways, you go play those big boys.
All right.
They control the game, and they got to get bigger up front.
Yeah.
But anyways.
But yeah, that was an electrifying game. I mean, I think like every week, everyone's watching Colorado. It's probably insane.
It's the prime effect.
It has to be insane though. The numbers are getting ticket sales wise, TV whatever streams or views, or whatever
like revenue, right? Prime has Blenders glasses, right? I used to buy Blenders all the time. Like those are my easy go-to glasses, and I forgot he wore Blenders, right? And I went to go try to order some sunglasses because I scratched up my other ones. The glasses I get are 4 pre-orders out right now. They wouldn't start shipping till December 20th, I think.
Damn.
Like, and that's all because of this glasses comment that got made last week. But that's just prime effect right there.
Yeah. Yeah, he's different.
Do
you want to get into any of the other games? What else you got?
Yeah. Florida, unranked, goes and beats.
Oh yeah.
Well, they don't go and beat. Tennessee comes into town, and Florida keeps their streak alive. They have not lost to Tennessee at home in so long, and they just kept it going. And hey, to knock off a number 15 and you're not ranked. I know Florida's Florida, but you're not ranked, and you knock off.
Yeah, it's always fun to see an unranked team knock off a ranked.
Oh, sorry, number 11. I was saying top 15, but Tennessee was number 11. So.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was crazy. Florida State almost sold, dude, to Boston College. What, they barely won.
I know. I was surprised on that game. Like Florida State coming off huge victories.
The number 3 team.
Yeah, that'd have been crazy for Boston.
Yeah, would have been crazy for USC.
What about this week? We got some headliners. You have so many top 25 matchups. Literally, is going to be a great week.
Yeah,
loaded. If you don't think the NFL slate is like that great, even though it's the NFL, I love NFL. I'll watch that over college. But it's loaded this weekend. So we got Blessed on Thursday night. We'll have a day off on Friday. Blessed all Saturday. And then we'll get into Sunday. Yep. It's going to be a great weekend.
Yeah.
Headlined by Notre Dame hosting Ohio State. College game day. Pat McAfee show. First take. All going to be there. And that's going to be a crazy game. Top 10
matchup. Is that 7:30 on Saturday? Yeah, I'm going to be watching that one. I won't lie.
Yeah, that one's going to be awesome. And my take right now is Notre Dame pulls out the dub. I'm a Notre Dame fan.
Of course that's going to be your take.
But the reason why I say this is our quarterback versus their quarterback. They have a better defense. We have a better quarterback. I think our quarterback shows why he could win the Heisman this year and picks apart arguably the best defense in college football. Not saying like crazy numbers, but finds the gaps enough to win, if that makes sense.
So you're saying Heisman?
He's number 4 in odds. I know Caleb Williams, it's almost a lock. But number 4 is up there. Number 4 is up there.
All right, bro. All right.
If you're top 4 in the Heisman, I'd be bragging about it, right?
All right, but like Caleb Williams is up here, and then Shador and Travis Hunter are like here, and then it's like
This guy. All right. Anyways,
That guy down there.
you got any of those games that you're looking forward to out of the top 25 matchups or anything?
And for all the audio listeners only, I was saying Caleb Williams is levels above everyone, basically.
This guy. This guy.
Back to back.
All right. You got any highlighted top 25 games?
I mean, that's all really I got. I mean, obviously, Colorado versus Oregon is going to be interesting too, but I mean, we
I
know
think
that
Oregon
every
rolls.
week Colorado is going to be a primetime game.
I think this is the week where it's like, oof,
It slows down for them.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's
Oregon's
true.
powerful.
But do you think? All right, do you think that the effect of just everyone watching and everyone like so in tune with what's going on with Colorado is that going to change if they start losing games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one ever really follows losers.
Yeah, that's true.
But they're going to say, all right, take a break 3 weeks. Travis Hunter's not playing. And that's going to be their excuse. But I don't think Prime makes that excuse. I think like the media makes that excuse. Prime won't make excuses. They should win right every week.
Yeah.
But all right, let's get out of college football. Talk about your UFC.
There's really one thing I want to say. That Raul Rosas Jr. knockout, dude. Came off a loss, needed something big. I hope I didn't pay attention to see if he got a bonus, but I know he called out for it just like he did last time. He called for that bonus. I hope he got it. He got that knockout, and that was big time for him.
You know, I think everyone wants this young buck to be successful. He's so young. He pulls in the media attention. Like, I think everything's on the up and up for him, right? Unfortunately, he did come off a loss, but he bounced back so good. And I just see a very bright future for him, and we're going to be watching so many pay-per-view events of him headlining in the near future.
It's exciting, dude. That knockout was dope.
Yeah, anytime you have a knockout in the UFC.
Yeah, sure. But that's all I got. I mean,
let's head out then.
Let's close it out?
Yeah. Deuces.
Deuces.